Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm having church today. I'm getting ready. Good morning to Noah. Good morning, Johanna. Good morning. Good morning. Rick and Dillon taking me in this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Lizzie. Good morning, Tez. Tamu. Good morning. You gotta hold on. All right, let me turn this down. It's blessing me. I've been on here messing around, had church in here by myself. It ain't even Sunday morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me on today. Hey, I am so delighted that I get this opportunity to share with you on today, to be in the all right, I'm sorry. It's the most issues when you got a word, isn't it? It's the most issues when you have a word. The most issues. Oh my Lord, it's the most issues when you have a word. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me on today. Hey, y'all, I hope you're ready. I want you to get your Bibles and go with me to Joshua chapter 1. Am I coming through clear? Am I coming through clear? I've had some connection issues today, and hope I'm coming through clear today. Am I coming through clear? Just let me know if I'm coming through clear. I want to make sure I'm coming through. Oh my Lord, what issues are we having today? Hey, listen, forgive me, technology. I promise you, I'm calling people today and have them at my house, to my home today. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. All right. Whenever you got a word, isn't it always a fight? It's always a fight. Always a fight. I ain't had no issues all week long. Now I got an issue. And my back, y'all, Is this clear? I want to make sure this is clear. I want to make sure you see and hear me clearly for what I'm getting ready to share with you on today. Hey, just let me know if this is clear on today. I'm having some internet issues going on today. Yeah, y'all gonna get this work today. Y'all gonna get this work today. Joshua chapter 1. Let's try that again. Joshua chapter 1. I don't know who was on, who was not on, but hey, hopefully you guys can jump on this morning. Tell somebody we're gonna try this again. We are going to try this again. Joshua chapter 1. I want to read one verse. That's all I want to read. I want to read one verse, and hopefully this will be of a blessing to each and every one of you all. Joshua chapter 1 says, after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Moses, let me go to verse 2. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then, you and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land I'm about to give them to the Israelites. I want to talk to you just for a moment today because from results to routines. Yeah, I want to talk to you about results to routines. Yeah, in this season of your life, you have to realize that oftentimes, the route is just as important as the results. Let me say this again. You have to realize that in this season of your life, oftentimes the route is just as important as the results. And most people want results without God's route. Let me say that again. Most people want results without God's route. So we try to get God's blessing and promises our way. We try to get God's blessings and promises our way when it's impossible to walk in the will of God in our own way. Can I say that again? It's impossible to walk in the will of God in our own way. There's a danger in being a destination junkie. Let me say that again. There's a danger in that was so good. There's a danger in being a destination junkie. Yeah, we try to find why? Because what we try to do is find the shortest route to where we're going, but we miss the beauty along the route. Wow, we try to find the shortest route to where we're going, but miss the beauty along the route. The route was designed to change and grow us. God said earlier in the book of Exodus, he says, I took you the long way. I took you the long way so that when trouble came, you wouldn't quit and go back. So I took you the long way to help you grow. God said, I took you the way I'm taking you for growth. I'm taking you the way I'm taking you for sustainability, for sustaining change. Not temporary change, but sustaining change. This is why God takes us the route he's taken us. And so the things we learn along the way actually prepared us when we get to where we're going. Come on here, Jesus. Come on. Yeah, the things we learn along the route is what's going to prepare us when we finally arrive. And when you go after shortcuts, can I talk to somebody? When you go after shortcuts, you will arrive to where you're going, but you don't have the character to stay when you arrive. And there's a problem that too many people, they arrive at where they're trying to get to because they took a shortcut to get there, but they don't have the character to stay in that place. Wow, this is so rich. Yeah. You can't miss that the growth is in the journey. Please type that, tweet that, post that. The growth is in the journey. That is so rich. The growth is in the journey. We got to stay focused and faithful to the assignment God has for us. Is this good? Am I coming through clear? Am I coming through clear? Let me know if I'm coming through clear. Because the growth is in the journey. I want to make sure that's what you heard. The growth is in the journey. Yeah. God All right, watch this. God won't release the promise when we skip the process. God will not release the promise when we skip the process. Please hear that. He will, I ain't have my coffee, please. My voice sounds a little raspy, but God won't release the promise. He won't release the blessing when you skip the process. The process is essential and necessary. And most of us aren't resisting the will of God as much as we are resisting the way of God. Can I say that again? Most of us aren't resisting the will of God as much as we are resisting the way of God. God instructed Moses to take the people through the wilderness for two reasons. One, so that they can go worship. God never releases you into the blessing just so you can say you got it. God's doing things in your life in this season so that you will worship him. All right. But here's the second part. He instructed Moses, watch this. He says, take them into the wilderness that they may worship, but take them the long way. Because he knew if he took them the shortest route, they would show up to a fight that they weren't prepared for, and they would have went back to Egypt. Is this good? Am I coming through? Am I coming through clear? I want to make sure this is clear, y'all. God doesn't take you the way you think or we think we should go, because he doesn't want us showing up. Because listen, they had to arrive at the promised land. Yeah, for a long time, we would always call it promised land. Like that was the name of it. No, it's something that God promised you. But when they arrived at what he promised, they didn't realize that there was opposition in the land. God promised you something. He promised you increase, overflow, and abundance. And when you arrived, you had no clue that there was opposition that was occupying what he promised you. But the fact that opposition is opposing you when you arrived at what he promised you, God, this is good, is an indication you're in the right place. Because opposition is an indication of promotion. God, who am I helping? Opposition is an indication of promotion. Because there's an enemy that's stopping you from occupying it. Wow. In other words, God take him the short route will put you in a position that you're not prepared to fight. Do you not know it took them 40 years to get there? And after you've had to wait for a period of time, you are not passive when you walk in and see a devil. Come here, don't you scroll from here now. Listen, we going too fast for you to jump out the car now. You should have jumped off when we was having technical difficulties. Can I say to you, when you've had to wait, pray, cry, labor in prayer, fast, when you had to wait, you are not passive when you see an enemy occupying what's yours. Because that's why David said, no, this day the Lord has given you into my hand. He told Goliath that. Goliath was a dead man when David stepped up on the scene. Why? Because sometimes you walk up on something. Can I say it like this? When you've waited on something, when you prayed, when you fasted, when you just read your word, when you started growing, when you arrived, you said, Goliath, today is a bad day for you. Because I grew in the process. See, that's why we don't take the shortcut, because it will put you in a position that you're not prepared for, that could take you back to a place you didn't want to go. And when something takes you back, The scripture says, if I would have took you the short way, when a fight would have came, you'd have went back to Egypt, right? You'd have went back to a job that God walked you out of. You went back to a season where he delivered you from. And many times you have to learn that even though you feel as if you're going the long way, the good news I come to give you on January the 19th, 2024, that even though you feel like you're going the long way, at least you're not going the wrong way. Who is this helping today? You're not going the wrong way. God has a plan for my life, and I'm going to have to trust his process, not mine. This year, we must learn. We must shift from making goal results, GOAL, goal results, to making routine results. Okay, let me say this a little bit better. We got to shift from making goal results oriented to routine oriented. See, if you fall in love with the routine, you will eventually get the results. Stop falling in love with results. Fall in love. Can we say that this year? Fall in love with routines. See, Joshua had a routine. You know what? If you only go to the gym and work out because you want a summer body, you go to the gym now, work out, you want a summer body, you'll get it. But if you ain't disciplined and if you don't have a routine, when the summer's gone, you'll be back to your old self. So when you fall in love with the routine, you don't just do it just to get the end results. You do it because it becomes a lifestyle. Let me say it like this. You don't go to church on Sunday morning because you want a blessing. All this is so rich. You don't go to church on Sunday morning just because you want the blessing. No. You go to church because it starts a routine. You want a new routine. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You want routine, not just the results. God says this season, I'm looking for somebody who wants the routine. Somebody who wants to daily get on daily devotion, daily talk to God, daily have keep your mind stayed on him, daily making affirmations. I want somebody, God says, I want somebody who's in love with the routine, not just results. Because when you're just in love with results, you're going only after his hand and not his heart. God, I'm teaching y'all this morning. Come on in here, y'all. I wish I had that cup of coffee. Come on in here, y'all. Get in love with the routine. Joshua had a routine of being so close to Moses that his service to Moses, that he was doing things daily with Moses. He was becoming a leader without even knowing he was becoming a leader. Oh, please catch this. So many people want to get close because they only want to end, they got the end result in mind. Right? Make me this, make me that. Sometimes if you hang around and you watch something long enough, I remember growing up, I would watch my uncle, how he functioned, how he got up in the morning, some of the stuff that he did. And I discovered that what I saw was his routine. I didn't just see the results. I saw routine. My late uncle, Bishop Harrison, would get up every day after he had his breakfast. He took care of his business. He would go to the church. For over 30 years, he was always sitting in the church office working. Most people would only show up on Sunday morning and see the how big the church was and all. They didn't realize the work that went in before Sunday morning got there. Come on, y'all. And when you follow routines and study routines instead of results, because some people only want to show up for lights, camera, action. Nobody wants to show up to say, hey, what can I put my hands to do and make this work? What can I do to put this up, take this down, put this together, pull that apart? We're doing the routines. And when folks walk in, they see results. Sometimes God says, if you want to become a leader, hang around your leader, hang around your Moses, hang around your Joshua. When you do things by routine, what it teaches is number one, it builds self-confidence. When you do things by routines, it teaches self-confidence. It builds self-confidence. See, when God told Joshua that Moses, my servant, is dead, I'm sure Joshua mourned Moses because he had been with Moses since he was a teenager. Literally, he had been with Moses like over 30 some odd years. He grew up in the wilderness. Watch this. But when God placed the mantle on Joshua and said, Moses is gone, you getting ready to lead. Joshua didn't fall apart. Why? Because he had watched Moses' routine. See, when you've been working and doing what God has called you to do, you've been serving even when people didn't see it. See, some people only serve to be seen. Oh, that's why I remember growing up, they would say, don't give to be seen, just be seen giving. Come on here. Because when you are trying to be seen giving, that's self-gratification for you. There are some people, you ain't got to put my name on the marquee. You ain't got to put my name on anything. Have you ever seen a movie? And when the movie is done, you see the credits rolling. You don't just see the main characters. You see the people who put some stuff together. I never saw one of them on the movie. You know why? Because they was working the background. Some people say, listen, just let me be seen working. I ain't trying to be seen. I'm not trying to get an audience for folks to say, look at me. I'm just trying to do what God's called me to do. And while I'm doing it, somebody's saying, I didn't know they did that. I didn't know she was serving. I didn't know he was serving because I was doing it without an agenda. Whew. Wow, wow, wow. When you do things not out of self-gratification, but when you do it because you have a heart of a servant, when you finally hit that big stage, that confidence is going to kick in. Like, I know I can do this. Why? Because I've been doing this back in the background all along. Joshua said this. Listen, can I say something? I hope this bless you. This is going to be a bombshell I'm going to drop. Y'all ready for this? The Bible says when God told Joshua, my servant Moses is dead, Joshua was Moses' servant. Y'all please catch this. Here's the bomb. You missed it. Let me see if I can get you. God never just randomly picks anyone. Y'all please catch that. God never just randomly picks anyone. He picks the people who have been found faithfully serving. If you've been casually serving, you ain't up for the promotion. Oh, I hate to bust your bubble right there. That's a rough one there. If you've been part-time serving, I ain't saying you're not going to heaven. You're just not getting ready to lead anybody right now because you're only a part-time server. Wow. God, y'all please catch this, doesn't make long-distance calls. God is making calls to people who are, matter of fact, he don't make long-distance calls when he can tell you right there. I don't need me calling my children when they're standing right there with me, working with me. I can just say, hey, I'm getting ready to bless you. Y'all not talking. Y'all not saying nothing. Joshua was found faithfully serving Moses. And most people expect God to call them to do something great like Joshua. But the question becomes, have you humbled yourself and served someone greater than yourself? I've done it. I've served somebody. I've served somebody for this amount of time. And I've done great. Keep doing it. Can you do it now without an agenda? See, when you're close to someone, you can study the results. Yeah, not you can study the results or you can study the process. Let me say this again. When you're close to somebody, you can either study the results or the process. What are they eating? What are they reading? How do they handle certain situations? So when you step into positions, you are prepared. I'm getting ready to leave. It's time for me to go. There's an app you can get, a Bible app that you can get, and this one of the things is called Learning How to Pray Dangerous Prayers. Learning how to pray dangerous prayers. What if I stop praying, God, please promote me, to God, process me? Let me rewind the tape. What if I stop praying, God, please promote me, and God, process me? David said, create in me a clean heart, right? Renew a right spirit within me. In other words, here's what David said. David said, allow this to happen from the inside out, not from the outside in. Is this all right? Today, I want you to move from results to routines. From results to routines. Process me, Lord. Create in me. God, look within me. What you see that I can accomplish, Lord, I want you to process that, perfect that in me. Can you just type in the chat, Lord, perfect in me you. Perfect you in me. That word perfect is not, don't make me perfect. Make me usable. I want to be usable. Yeah. Lord, perfect in me you. Perfect you in me. Wow, 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 wow. Hey, y'all, I hope this has been of a blessing to you today. God is picking this season people not who are long distance, in a long distance relationship with him. He's picking people that he talk to on a daily basis. If you only talk to God when you're in trouble, you're in a long distance relationship. If you only talk to God when you need money or blessing, you're in a long distance relationship. Let's try talking to God on a daily basis, serving him on a daily basis. God, whatever you want me to do, I'm willing to accomplish it. That's when he says, when he's thinking about somebody for the job, he thinks about you. He don't think about nobody else. Oh, you know what? They can do that job. Let me pick them. God, why did you pick them? Because they were already working in that field. I cannot wait to see you this coming Sunday morning. Can't wait to see you this coming Sunday morning. I believe it's going to be an amazing time. I'm going to go back to having church. I'll see you at church on Sunday morning. We got to hold on, y'all. I don't see, does anybody see what I'm doing? If man don't see it, God is keeping the record. Don't worry about if man don't see it. Just as long as God sees it, man will see what God is doing in your life. Lisa, it's good seeing you. Listen, Hold on, y'all. God's blessings. Shift from results to routines. Y'all, God sees you and God will reward you. Hold on. I'll see you Sunday morning, 10 a.m. If you don't listen, 10 a.m. in person, 10:30 online. Let me say that again. I had to think. 10 a.m. in person, 10:30 online. So if you tune in at 10 a.m., you ain't gonna see us. But if you tune in at 10:30, you'll see us. But hey, can I tell you, ain't nothing like being in person. Ask anybody. Being in person is where you want to be. I'll see you Sunday morning.